Hey again, I'm Tiana Jones and I'm back with another video. Sorry in advance for my voice. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little raspy, but we gonna make it do what it do. So let's get it started. I've been working on a series of small paintings. They're about 4x6 and 5x5. I've been working on them for the past 2 years, but as you can see here, I work on them at 5 or 6 at a time. When painting with oil paint, it's easier to, well, not easier, but I think a little bit better to paint multiple paintings at a time because it takes so long to dry. It's just better to keep you moving if you start a painting and then start another painting while the other one is drying. I like this view because you can see a little bit more of what I'm actually doing. So I paint from my phone, so I had to make sure it's charged, or I have the charger with me. But yeah, here I'm painting the first layer of the painting, which is almost always a value study. So once that's dry, which is usually the next day or two after I did the first layer, I go back in and start like I'm completing the painting. Now, sometimes you don't necessarily complete the painting in the second layer, but it's always good to just get as accurate as possible the second time in case it looks good enough to be completed. In this particular case, I did happen to finish it in the second layer, but that is not usually the case. I honestly couldn't tell you why either. I feel like sometimes I just get lucky and sometimes I gotta work a little harder. And me being lazy, I like to work as not hard as possible. And actually, with this whole set, I got done in 2 layers. So I guess it may have something to do with this being, and this was the last set that, sorry, I be going on tangents. Thoughts be coming and going, and my mind be thinking one thought and then another thought just pops in and I just be losing track of where I'm at. But back to what I was saying, this was the last set of the series, which was about 60 paintings. So I would think maybe me getting it done faster has a little bit to do with me just getting more comfortable with the paint and learning the material a little bit more. So that could be one of the reasons why I'm getting it done in less layers than I would before. You can see no matter how dark the values seem at first, it still gets lighter when you put those lighter values back in. It's way easier to get lighter than it is to get darker. Working with oil paint was a big game changer for me because I was always scared of oil. I don't know why, I just was. But it's so much easier to get the correct values, and blending is way easier when you are using oil paint instead of acrylic. And it's so crazy that I was scared to paint with oils because now that I've done it, I would never paint with acrylic paint again. Well, I can't say never, but the chances of me using acrylic paint ever again are slim to none. So the fact that I was scared to do something and now that's all I will ever do. But here you see me putting in those highlights now. I left room for them. You see I didn't paint where the highlights would go, so I can get those highlights as bright as possible. If I would have painted over it and then added white or a light color on top of it, it would have blended way more than I would have liked. And instead of painting it normal, blending it in, I'm kind of blotching it on top so I can keep that starkness. I don't want it to blend yet. Then after I've done that, I'll go back in with a really small brush or my finger and blend it in. So you're still kind of blending it so it doesn't look as blotchy, but you're not blending it all the way in where it's completely changing the color. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, subscribe if you want more content, and you can follow me on Instagram at T from KC or Facebook from T from KC, or you can look at my website tfromkc.com. And just give me something to talk about because I have plenty of videos of me painting, but I don't really know what to talk about. So if you can think anything that you would like me to talk about or anything, or just any ideas, leave them in the comments below, or comment on one of my pictures on Instagram, or DM me, or whatever you feel more comfortable with doing.